Hello guys, welcome to Jay's Exotics. I'm Jay Rogers, and today we'll be reviewing Pangea with insects. Here you go. So guys, today we're reviewing a really good product that's like really the heart of Jay's Exotics. Why I admit I'm a little biased by it. I really love this product, and the thing is, it made what Jay's Exotics is today. It was one of the first companies that we started working with that we really pride ourselves in carrying. So we really just wanted to, explain to it, because a lot of people just feed it and they don't know what happened. So one of the first things that you'll see the packaging is that it says Pangea with Pangea Gecko diet with insects, and then people always get confused why it says with insects and none of the other ones don't. So they all contain insects except for the treat, which is only a treat, but they all contain insects. It's just that this first diet is one of the ones that was originally made that way. So this contains bug meal of two different types, which is crickets and black soldier fly larvae, which is, everybody knows, is a gold standard. If you don't know, we'll be posting a video next week with the crested, with explaining what black soldier fly larva is, because it's actually really important. And in our videos, we're going to start doing one feeder insect at a time to explain a few things with it. So back on subject. So it's a really good main staple for your crested geckos or any gecko that you have. We feed this to crested geckos, day geckos, lychees, chahuas, saracenorums, anything that's going to be free eating insects. Now, the company does recommend supplementing crickets or a bug at least once or twice a week, and it is important because it has extra fats in it. You can get extra calcium into your pets and so on. But this is a complete diet. Like if you fed this exclusively to your geckos, you'll be fine. But we always recommend adding live food just to get some a little bit of active, you get some exercise and so on. So you should feed some bugs with this, but not necessary per se. The only thing that I have a problem with is I think supplementing calcium is a must. Over our collection, we noticed that some of our calcium stacks have been dwindling when we feed just this. We not added calcium, so we do add a little bit of calcium at least once or twice a week, especially for our breeding females, as it's very important. You want to make sure that you provide as much calcium during the breeding season, because they're going to be using a lot of it to make eggs. So another thing that is their company, Pangea, really strives for, and it's a big focus, which is important for you, is that all the ingredients are US ingredients. All the ingredients in Pangea are made from the US. Now you might be asking, it's like, why is this important? Why can't I just get that ingredient should be from China like other companies and so on? Well, that's important because China doesn't have regulations for like organic or all natural like the US. So anything can go into your food, where in the US those ingredients are are more standard. If you read in the news, there's been top food chains knowing that grocery stores are get their stuff from China, and then they realize it's not organic, it's not all natural, or vice versa. So you don't want to get anything into your product that you can't control. So that's a really good smart thing on Pangea. It's an amazing thing to do. I recommend to make sure that you know where all your products and all your sources are coming from. Now, another thing that's really good about this product is that it's fortified with natural sources for food, especially fruit flavors. So they do have guava in there. Another one that is really good is banana. Bananas, if you don't know, are addicting to a lot of pets, which is a catch-22, because I never understood why they didn't say banana flavor. But it's not the main concept. It's not the main concept of the food. But of all the crested gecko diets that I find, this is the most palatable and most tasty to most crested geckos, or any gecko in that matter. So this is just a well done mix it has all these natural flavors and ingredients that you can use. It also uses a good amount of different fats on it, which I really love. Flaxseed is in this. You also have coconut, which is another good source of fat. It's natural fat. So this product is just amazing when it comes to, you know, making a good balanced diet. You know, it also has the stuff to add. You know, it also has a good balance of vitamin E, different antioxidants. Also, this product has a good amount of like ingredients in there to bring out the color of your crested gecko. Like it has like beta carotene, which is, you know, foam carrots and so on, different sources of beta carotene. But it's a good source to bring out the color in an animal. So the easiest way to, you know, feed this is you're feeding it. It's a misconception. I've seen some people feed it dry, which is not the way that I recommend it. But you can feed it dry. Some geckos will eat it dry. And just the thing is, like, you have to miss more and so on. Now, guys, I'm not recommending feeding it dry. You shouldn't feed it dry. But what you actually want to do is you want to mix 1 part food to 2 parts water. And that's how you want to start. It should be the consistency of ketchup or consistency of like applesauce. Now, some geckos like it more watery and or they like a little drier, so you got to play around with it. Our geckos like it actually slightly waterier, so we do anywhere from 2.5 parts to 3 parts water. Also, according to how your water comes out in your city, you have to play around with it a little bit better. Now, the shelf life of this unopened is supposed to be 18 months. If you keep it in the fridge, you can actually put it a little bit longer. What we do is we mix a bunch of it, put it in a ketchup bottle, and then feed it out of our geckos that way, just because we have such a large collection. But that's how you kind of want to feed it. Another thing about this product is that it's, you know, it's really just overall a great product. It's going to be fed really well, and it's going to be great for all your pet's life stages. Another way to feed it is make sure the feeding. People always ask like, oh, how much should I feed my crested gecko? So the company recommends certain things, and we recommend all different things. The way we feed it here is we'll feed geckos alternating throughout the week. On Mondays, we'll feed, you know, Pangea. We leave it there overnight, all the way till Wednesday, because some geckos like it like the next day. So, you know, crested geckos sometimes like that overripe fruit, and that just works really well for us. So then we will replace it on Wednesday. Again, we'll leave it there over Thursday. On Friday, we'll replace it. And over the weekend, because we don't feed on Saturdays or Sundays, we give them extra bugs to hunt and keep them after during the weekend, and then we replace it back on Monday. Now, Pangea we recommends either feeding daily for pets that are growing, like hatchling stages and so on, and in maintenance, doing it every other day for maintenance. So that's just a good base on it. Find what works for you. If your area is drier, they're going to go through the Pangea a lot more. We also want to control how much they're eating and feeding. Like some crested geckos are really chunky, which is not good for them. They don't lay eggs well, they don't do well. So you don't want to have a really chunky crested gecko. So the other thing is also during the winter months, they tend to eat a lot less. So sometimes we either cut the cup, like we'll feed slightly less, or we'll feed slightly, you know, overall feed either twice a week or, you know, and add more bugs during some of the months. So find what works for you. Now, another thing is people ask like, how much do I feed my crested gecko, which is actually really common. And we'll touch that on a different video, but I'm going to give you a quick version of it. Babies, we feed out of bottle cap bottles, very small, very tiny. Our adults will feed out of half-ounce cups, and we'll give half of that cup. So meaning for each adult, we're feeding about 1/4 ounce of it in there. So if you use the half-ounce cups that we normally sell at shows and stuff like that, you're gonna do half of that. If they're eating all of that, of course, you feed more, feed less. But we found that half a cup of the like 1/4 ounce, and half of those cups work great for us. And our babies grow well. They grow happy, and I never had a problem with them since we went to that system. So again, guys, if you haven't done this already, hit the notification button so we can put out new videos. We're putting out videos weekly. We're going to be putting new blogs and so on. Welcome to our channel. Again, I'm Jay Rogers. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, now on YouTube. We have a Pinterest at Jay's Pet Reptiles. And then, of course, hit our website, www.jaysexotics.com. Sorry, I got a little stuttered. And also, follow us on all our social medias. Go on our website. We also have a location. We're located at 1428 Wood Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19145. So again, until next time, do what you love, because if not, what's the point of it?